Okay, you're back with us. And Congressman, what other
Okay.
amendments have you introduced?
Okay, in the original, even a barangay could join if there is a petition of 10% to join the plebiscite,
yes.
and a plebiscite is conducted, and if that barangay votes yes, majority, then it would automatically be part of the arm.
Even
That
if it
was-
comes from Quiapo or...
no. Well, again, the contiguous, no?
Oh, contiguous,
Now,
okay.
yes. But in the approved bill,
Okay.
the political unit affected or the mother unit,
Yes.
let's say if it is a barangay within a city, the
Okay.
whole city has to decide.
Okay.
So at least that is now in the substitute version, that
Okay.
the barangay can petition, but in the plebiscite, the whole city has to vote. It cannot be just because a barangay votes, then they will automatically join.
There
That's one.
are advocacies, Congressman. Since the Filipino people, Filipino taxpayer is matriculating a very big large of sum for the block grants plus the 75-25, they are saying our
Yes.
money is involved. Shouldn't the entire country be involved in the plebiscite?
That is a question. Again, that is a prejudicial. If somebody wants to bring it to the
Yes.
Supreme Court, well, like I said, we can. That was raised, but again, what the approved bill did not consider, it considers only a plebiscite in the
In the affected areas.
In the affected area.
Okay, I'll ask this of you, Congressman. No? The way this is panning out,
Yes.
do you think there will be more amendments coming from the Senate? You are going to stand up for your position. The other senators are saying we're going to stand by our own position.
Well, yeah, but in the end, I think we will have enough time to disagree and then finally agree.
Why the hurry?
Well, because
To meet the July 23 deadline or for the
yes,
State of the
because,
Nation, they're saying?
Actually, let's be
Honest.
about it. We wanted, or the House and the Senate and the President wanted this passed before the State of the Nation.
Okay.
And so it was certified urgent. Both houses went over time
Okay.
to pass their version.
Okay.
We will meet during the break. And the consolidated version, harmonized version, will be presented to the individual houses, Senate and House of Representatives, on the morning of the SONA.
Okay.
And we will ratify the bicameral conference committee report, and then that will be submitted to the President, and the President can sign it before the SONA or after.
Is the Palace aware? Is Congress aware? Is the Senate aware about the discussions that the article on autonomous regions, Section 19 specifically, there are legal eagles, even during the time of Miriam Defensor's Committee, with the Vice Chair was Senator Bongbong Marcos, that says only the first Congress could establish the autonomous region.
Okay, that was one of the reasons why I think that's Congressman Lagman
Yes.
that voted no.
Yes.
It says you can only create, again,
That's up to the
if
Supreme
there
Court
is-
already.
That's already up to the
Supreme
Supreme
Court,
Court.
okay.
Because some legal luminaries say it is possible, some say it is not.
Not,
So who is the ultimate?
The Supreme Court, okay.
This is the Supreme Court.
What
Now,
other amendments have you
okay.
introduced?
Now, okay, you have the amendments that is very particular to Zamboanga, like the properties.
Yes.
There was that property of Kabatangan, wherein
Okay.
Ms. Wari launched his Kabatangan
Yes,
seeds.
yes.
In the original, it says automatic transfer of all property structures to the arm.
Okay,
Now,
yes.
in the approved
Yeah.
version, it says except those properties located outside of the arm. So
Okay.
there is an exception.
Okay.
And then there is a mechanism wherein it will go through a intergovernmental relations body. At least it is not an automatic transfer.
I'm sorry, Congressman, that even the term intergovernmental
Yeah, well,
sounds.
Yeah, there will
It's as
be,
if there's
well,
a parity of governments
okay.
here.
Yeah,
Oh.
the thing is, again, you have the Bangsamoro
Or government, and then the
you have
central
national.
government.
Now,
Okay.
so, and then very, very important, no?
Okay.
You have the issue on the military and the police.
Okay.
In the unamended original version, you have the defense In military, you had section 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. More or less, it says, okay, the defense of the Bangsamoro shall be responsibility of central government.
Okay.
The central government shall create a Bangsamoro military command.
Why can't they call it national government? Why do you call it central government?
But anyway, again, the military were saying, please do not create a command by legislation.
Yes, yes.
Give us the flexibility, give us the maneuverability.
Yes, correct.
Then another section says there will be an auxiliary contingent in the Bangsamoro attached to that.
Yes.
Then they were saying, okay, calling of the armed forces, notwithstanding the provision preceding paragraph, the chief minister may request the president to call on armed forces to prevent, suppress lawlessness, to suppress danger. The military were saying, you know, it is in the Constitution that is the power of the president.
Yes.
He doesn't have to wait for the recommendation of the chief minister.
Yes, yes.
And then what is very, very important, in the original it says the central government, Bangsamoro government, shall establish coordination protocols which shall govern the movement of the armed forces of the Philippines in the Bangsamoro.
Okay.
Do you remember Mama Sapano?
Yes,
That
yes.
was the protocol movement. Now, all of this were deleted. All of these were deleted and were substituted by only one section,
Which
says national defense and security. Defense and security of the autonomous region in Bangsamoro shall be the responsibility of the national government. Tapos.
Wally.
Wally is still there. Again.
Why not the president of the Philippines? Why are we?
If you want to go to the Supreme Court and question the
Yes,
Wally.
I know. I've had Tausug guest here, no, member of the Kiram family. They say Wally among the Tausugs is a courtship.
No.
It's a form of a courtship. It has nothing to do with a religious leader.
Anyway. So, again, other provision, very, very important. In the original, there were about, I don't know, 16
Yes.
sections
Okay.
or 14 sections concerning public order and safety.
Okay.
It talks about the Bangsamoro shall have the primary responsibility over public order and safety within the Bangsamoro. There shall be established a Bangsamoro police to be maintained, which shall be professional, civilian in character, regional in scope.
Okay.
Now, the Constitution says you have only one police force, which is civilian in character,
Yes,
national
yes,
scope.
yes,
No,
yes,
nothing says about regional scope.
Yes.
Then it talks about the powers of Bangsamoro police, or police organization. They will have their own equivalent Bangsamoro Police Board, which is more or less will do the functions of the NAPOLCOM. Then you have...
Why not Napolcom itself?
That's right. Then you have the terms of office of the board, then the powers of the chief minister to select the head of the Bangsamoro, to exercise operation control supervision, discipline or the Bangsamoro,
Congressman, let me
etc.,
ask you,
etc., etc.
how come the Bangsamoro Parliament can even increase their terms of offices?
No, that's right. Anyway, just concerning the police. Then they even have national support services. This is the original.
Yeah, yes.
The relationship with the Bangsamoro police and national support services of the Philippine National Police shall be determined by the intergovernmental relations body.
Yes.
They were saying, hey, what are these national support services? SAF,
Okay.
CIDG,
Okay.
Crime Lab. Why do they have to go through the intergovernmental relations body?
So now, what
so
is it?
what happened
is-
in the substitute bill?
Uh,
The entire
is
1
out.
to 14
Is out.
sections are out.
Okay.
And what has been replaced is only saying that, okay, that there will be a, wait, I will have to find that. Anyway, so,
They will also.
okay, no,
Okay.
there.
Okay.
It says, I think it's here now. Okay, public order and safety. The Philippine National Police shall create a Bangsamoro Regional Office which shall be organized, maintained, supervised, utilized for the primary purpose of law enforcement, maintenance of peace and order in the autonomous region of Bangsamoro. The Bangsamoro Regional Police shall be under the direct operational and administrative control
good.
and supervision of the Philippine National Police.
How about-
Concerning NAPOLCOM?
Very good, very good.
Okay, the National Police Commission shall establish a NAPOLCOM regional office. Regional office na lang.
Okay, I'll ask this of you.
Oh.
They also have a Bangsamoro Electoral
No more.
Office.
No
Wala
more.
na.
No more.
Wala na.
Actually,
Okay.
in the powers of government,
Okay.
in the original, there were only 9 powers of government.
Okay.
Diba? That's
Okay.
the original.
So wala na yun. That's definitely out.
So we added, or what was added in the powers of the national government are Armed Forces of the Philippines,
Yes.
Control, Supervision, Administration,
Oh.
Philippine National Police,
Okay.
and Police Commission, Control, Supervision,
okay.
Administration, Jail Management and Penology, File Protection, Philippine Coast Guard, which is under the concurrent.
Yes, yes.
Now it's under the reserve power, the national government.
Okay.
Then you have national, regional, and local election, reserve power, national government.
Does
They cannot conduct their own election.
Can Parliament redistrict itself?
No,
Within their area?
In their area, they can have different districts because again,
On their own, they can create
yeah,
this?
but not legislative districts. These
Okay.
are legislative districts for their assembly lang.
Okay.
But not okay. Then you have other powers of the Supreme Court, stated already, and reserved powers, powers of the Ombudsman, administration of justice, quarantine, transportation, and communication.
So wala na yung-
all of these were placed clearly in the reserved powers of the national government.
The election code, they will pass.
They cannot pass.
They cannot. Wala na yun, wala na yun.
Actually, there's some. It says that the COMELEC will conduct, but again, I think there was an omission there because, in the end, it says they will also pass their electoral code.
Because
So,
it says
again,
here, without prejudice for the Bangsamoro Transition Authority to include the election code, pati new term of office. They can increase the 3 years.
that one now again has to be clarified in the
Okay,
bylaw. But
okay.
again, local, regional, national elections, COMELEC lang.
And then sa disclosure of financial and business interest, hindi salin.
They will have to follow.
wala nakalagay dito sa
They will
section
have to
16.
follow. So that's why we have corrected many of the provision powers of government and the constitutional bodies like COA. We
Okay.
said okay, they can have their internal auditing unit, which all local governments
Has,
have.
but it will be the co over them.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Now,
then
Article...
Even civil service, we clarified it. Madami nang na-correct.
We actually want, we're so fortunate to have you, Congressman, because at least this is being clarified. Article 9, basic rights. This is a reiteration of the Philippine Constitution. Why,
Yes.
why do we need to
Yes.
reiterate our Bill of Rights?
Well,
Is it still there?
It's still.
Oh my goodness. Are they a different,
No, they are not. Maybe just a reiteration, a reminder, a reminder.
a reminder for them?
Yes, yes.
Okay, you're very kind, Congressman. Okay. How about private schools? I understand even private schools.
Okay. Now,
Wala na yun.
No. Okay.
Nandyan pa rin?
Very, very important.
Okay.
The education
Oo.
was under the exclusive powers
Okay.
of the Bangsamoro.
Patay.
Now,
Okay.
it is already under the concurrent powers, and we made sure
Okay.
that is there. Because, again, the position of DepEd, if you
Yes, yes.
listen to Secretary Briones, she would even want to put education under the reserve powers of the national
okay.
government. No? But now, from exclusive powers, it has been transferred
To shared.
to shared powers, and then it says here, this is what it says in the approved version.
Okay.
The Bangsamoro government shall adopt an integrated system of education which shall be a subsystem
Okay.
of the national education system. Meaning
Okay.
to say, so it is still under DepEd. They
Okay.
cannot have their own.
Okay.
Then it shall coordinate, cooperate with the Department of Education, Commission of Higher Education,
Okay.
etc.
Last question,
last.
Congressman, kay 1 minute,
Sige.
sayang, no? Will they have their own Commission of Human Rights?
They will have like a regional office na lang yan. So,
But
all of
will it be under
all
the
of
commission? Will
yeah.
it be under the Commission of
Ah,
Human Rights
yes,
or
of course.
on their
No,
own?
Under the Commission on Human Rights.
Okay.
So even, like I said, the constitutional bodies, the most would be establishment of a regional office under the direct control supervision of the mother unit.
What worries me is the indigenous people's rights. We are empowering the MILF in that sense, and the Bangsamoro government to actually take care of the indigenous peoples.
Now, and that is the question. I think that is I think there's a difference between the House version and the Senate version
Yes.
concerning IPRA. Now, I do not want to preempt. I do not
Okay.
want to say. I'm only a member, one of the members of the BICAM. I don't know what will happen in the BICAM, but rest assured that we will try to more or less espouse the House
Yes,
version.
yes.
But again, there are certain individual amendments that, like the repealing clause, that maybe should be reviewed. No? I don't
Okay.
know, but I don't really know the outcome.
Okay, pasalamatan natin si Congressman Celso Lobregat dahil siya po ang nagpaliwanag para sa atin, para maunawaan natin kung ano nangyayari sa Congress. Dahil bagamat maraming mga committee hearings nangyari, parang hindi yata natin nananamnaman sa mga tao dito sa Luzon at sa Visayas at ibang mga parte ng Mindanao. Dahil nakakausap natin yung mga royal houses, yung mga members ng MNLF, parang left out sila. No? So we're going to see how this will all pan out, Congressman. Daghang salamat. Thank you very much.
Eric, before we end, you asked me a question. Why did I abstain?
Yes.
Okay? If I voted no,
Yes.
then all the amendments that we had fought
Introduced.
for, introduced, is like saying, I am against those
Yes.
amendments, and we will go back to
And,
the original.
and if you voted yes,
Okay, if I voted yes,
There are some
still
questions.
some questions, like
Okay.
I said, that hopefully we can resolve in the pipe.
well, Congressman, we wish you good luck because the fate of the Republic of the Philippines is hanging by the BBL. It makes us again confront about the question of national identity. Are we creating 3 different identities? Are we creating one republic or several sub-states in this matter? But we really have to pray very hard for this. Daghang salamat, Congressman. Daghang yung salamat. Thank you very much. At ito po si Eric Espina, palaging nagsasabi, magmasid, makialam, higit sa lahat ay manindigan. Dahil wala pong magmamahal sa Pilipino kung hindi ang Pilipino. Daghang salamat, mayang gabi, kaninyong tanan.